Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about 3 different ways that you can set up Addigy as an MSP depending on your client's needs and specifications. This is mainly going to focus on the ways of actually setting up the organization for different clients. We're going to start with the least connected to you and work our way to the most connected to you, and we'll talk about pros and cons for each. Starting out with the first way, which is having them simply create their own Addigy instance, whether that's creating you as an admin after the fact or having you create it with an alias. That option gives you the most segregation from anything else in your system, but it's also the most work for you. So you'll have to manage your policies, your certificates, and everything separately. The most work in that is going to be developing things like your patching policies and things like that. None of that can be shared. None of your software can be shared directly between your Addigy instances in that way. The second method is by using Addigy's child accounts. So the way you get to those is you go to your name in the top right here, and you go to child accounts, and you'll get a list of all the accounts that you have access to under your main account. These can be set up by contacting your Addigy channel partner, and they'd be able to get one of those set up for you when you need those. What's nice about these is you can impersonate them, so you don't have to manage another login. So you can come in here and impersonate, and it'll show up just like the Addigy instance. The only difference is you have this end impersonation option up here. The other thing you can do is actually share software between these, which makes it really handy and is a little bit less work than as far as managing like your packages and things. So that is kind of the middle ground between having it separate from you, having some flexibility to transfer that software you've created between the two accounts. The third way is just putting different customers in as policies. Now, this is the way I do it most of the time, unless a customer has a very specific need where they don't want to be in our main bucket for some reason. Most of the time, I'm putting users in this. You can still push out things directly to them, just like you would with any policy. The benefits of doing this is they can be part of your flex policies if you're doing it like patching. I talked about that in a video a while ago. So if you're doing something like that, you can have it all in one place, as well as just using Addigy's smart software. You can update it all in one place as well. This also lets you share anything else like MDM profiles or monitoring items, custom facts, anything like that that's not just software like we talked about in the second version. Now, with the patching policy, you can also still give clients access to their policy just by limiting them in the admin section to a specific policy. So if you went in here to account and user roles, let's just say I create a new user, you'd be able to see in here, I could say, I just want this customer to have client 2, and they're going to be restricted to that. So you could still add them. They could still see their devices and things, say they wanted to run their own reporting or just check on things on their own. Those are the 3 different ways of creating different company structures for your clients. They do kind of start out with the least attached to you, but the hardest for you to manage, all the way to the most attached to you, but the easiest for you to manage. One of the biggest considerations for all of these is if a customer goes away, how do you move their devices to a different Addigy or to a different MDM, and they want to think about that. So if you have a customer who's really conscientious about that, you want to talk through these 3 options, but making sure you're letting them know kind of it's a sliding scale on your pricing depending on how easy it is to manage those devices. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that gives you a good idea of a few different ways you can add new clients to your structure in Addigy. If you have any questions about this or want someone to bounce ideas off of or talk things through with, we'd love to help you answer those questions. Or if you have any ideas or questions you think would make good videos, make sure to ask those as comments below and I will make a video on those in the future. I can be reached at Marshall_CIT on the Mac Admin Slack channel, Marshall@CranstonInc.com via email, or at CranstonIT.com. Thanks so much for watching.